Hey guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry I haven't uploaded, but what are we going to do about it? So if you're wondering what my setup is, this is my room in Oklahoma. I am so excited to be home for the holidays. Like, you have no idea, sleeping in my sweet, sweet bed. I missed it so much. So this video is going to be a quick recap of my 2019 and a little Q&A at the end. I asked you guys to ask me questions on my Instagram, and so I'm going to be answering some of those. Most of it's related to modeling and all that stuff. So, if you're interested in that, then just keep watching. Okay, so starting in January, I was a senior in high school. I was playing basketball every day, 4 hours a day. I was playing games. It was my life. Basketball was everything to me, and I miss it so much. I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, I turned 18 on May 13th, and I graduated high school May 14th. And I'm pretty sure I was fourth in my class. I'm kind of a smarty, but whatever. Okay. So, I turned 18 May 13th, and then I graduated May 14th. Then 2 weeks later, I packed up my life into my little suitcases and I moved to Sydney, Australia. I had never traveled by myself before, but that's fine. So in Sydney, I was living with a host family, and they were the sweetest family ever. Like, I still talk to them. I love them so much. I love you, Davenports. Shout out to you guys. I had the best time in Sydney. I was doing test shoots and castings every day, and I had some of the craziest jobs ever. I was in a commercial for a South Korean company. I'm pretty sure they make like bombs and aerospace materials. I don't know, but it was one of the craziest experiences of my life being shot in a commercial. Like, I had only ever been in front of like a single camera, but when there was an entire crew and sound, I got to sit in one of those trailers that actors and actresses sit in. That was like the coolest experience for me. So in Sydney, I was super happy. I met some of the best friends ever. Shout out to Sam, Carla, Bentley, Allie. Like, I miss you guys. Nora, I miss you guys so much. I would do anything to go back to Sydney right now. I miss you guys so much. Sydney was honestly one of the best experiences of my life. The country was so beautiful. The people were so nice, and I loved it there. I loved the IMG team, and I can't wait to go back to Sydney again. That was one of the best, most fun times of my life. I mean, I was working every day, but I love my job, so it wasn't even like I was working. It was like I was on a vacation the entire time. I left Sydney at the end of July, and I had gone to Sydney at the beginning of June. So I decided that I was going to meet my cousin in LA, and I was going to stay there for a few nights, and my mom and my sister were going to come to LA, and we were just going to have like a week and do a bunch of touristy stuff, and it was going to be a really fun time. But little did I know, on the plane ride home from Sydney, I got so sick. I was running like 102-degree fever, and my throat was on fire. So the next morning, after I got home from the airport, I Ubered myself to an urgent care, and I was terrified because I had been out of the country, and I thought that meant they were going to quarantine me because I'd been out of the country and I'd contracted some foreign disease. But it was totally fine. I just had strep throat, but I was really sick. So that really sucked. But my mommy came, and she was taking care of me, and it was so fun. And we had a really good time after I got over the illness. So after I'd been home for about 2 weeks, I get a call from my mother agent, and she's like, hey, we want you to go to Chile. You have an agency down there, which I had been previously signed with an agency in Chile. And I decided, okay, whatever, I'm down for the ride. Let's go travel the world. Let's do this. Let's go to Chile. So I get on a plane again. I head off to Chile. and I stay in the model apartment. In the model apartment, you're constantly saying goodbye. You make such good friends, and then they leave, and then you leave, and it's really sad. But anyways, well, enough with the sappiness. In Chile, I did a lot of e-commerce jobs, tons of e-commerce jobs. They're really good little money-making jobs. Anyways, Chile was absolutely an insane experience. I was immersed in a culture that was totally new to me. I had to basically learn to speak Spanish to survive, and I'm in their country, so yes, I should learn their language, but it was hard for me. And I eventually picked it up, and now I can actually speak a decent amount of Spanish, which I'm really proud of. I learned a lot. Like, that was probably one of the best learning experiences of my life, was being immersed in this, totally foreign culture that I was just not acclimated to. And I am very thankful for that experience. It really taught me a lot. It was like mid-September. Chile had some type of week-long holiday, it was a week-long holiday. So I decided that since there wasn't going to be a lot of work that week and the country basically shuts down, that I would just go to Peru and work there, because my agency also had another branch in Peru. And Peru was one of the most amazing places I have ever been. The food was like insane. The food was so good. And I did some of the best test shoots I've ever done. They are some of the most creative people I've ever met. They're insane. They're incredible in Peru. I got my first magazine cover in Peru, and that is something I'm so proud of, and that is an experience that I will never forget. After my 2 weeks were up in Peru, I flew back to Chile and met two of the girls from my mother agency in Chile. Sydney and Steffi were both there, and we had so much fun, and I was just so glad to have a familiar face around and people that I knew I could be stupid and an idiot around, basically. So I ended up leaving Chile on October 18th after 2 full months there, right on time. And when I tell you right on time, I mean right on time. My flight was one of the last flights out before the protests got so bad. The metro systems had been burned down. A skyscraper had burned down. There's full of police brutality, and people were getting hurt all over. And I'm so glad that I got out, because it was getting really bad. If you want to know more on that, just look up like the Chile protests of 2019. It was really crazy. So I got back from Chile, and then 2 weeks later, I get a call. They're like, "Hey, Abby, we just think it's gonna be a really good idea for you to go to LA. We found you a roommate." That's another story. We'll get into my roommate. My mom and I both drove my car 20 hours from Oklahoma to Los Angeles, California. But that was the best decision that I made, because I had my car there. I didn't have to Uber everywhere. And if anything went wrong, like an earthquake or a fire, I was able to skedaddle if I needed to. So that was perfect that I had my car there. I get to LA, and IMG, which is my agency, had me set up with a roommate. I was a little sketched out, because I was like, oh my God, what if this roommate doesn't like me? What if I don't like my roommate? But I get in there, and me and my roommate click like crazy. We are the same person. And just the way our lives matched up and how we were living parallel lives just in different states was absolutely insane. So shout out to Elizabeth Oliver. Check out her YouTube channel. We decided that we would become vloggers while we were in LA, and she's my best friend ever. So shout out to her. So I get to LA, and I'm just doing a bunch of test shoots. I'm actually having the time of my life in LA. I'm networking, I'm meeting some of the most famous people ever, and I never thought my life would ever come to this. And I am just having the best time. LA was super, super, super duper fun, because I met my best friend of all time in LA, and I will never be able to repay IMG for giving me my best friend. So, love you, Elizabeth. Okay, so now I'm going to answer some questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram. Also, follow my Instagram, please. I need more followers. How did you get scouted? Well, I got scouted on social media by my mother agency. I got a DM on Instagram, and that's basically that. Do you get paid to travel? So what happens is I go on stay, I go to these castings, and I get direct bookings, and then that's how I get paid from overseas. I'm not guaranteed to get paid everywhere I go, but I do get paid. Is it scary traveling by yourself? Of course, yeah. I was 18 years old and traveling, all the way across the world. So yeah, it was pretty scary, but as time went on and I'm more experienced and I am more mature, I'm not scared to travel at all by myself. Traveling to places that don't speak the same language as you is kind of difficult, so you have to educate yourself before you go overseas. But other than that, it's just a good experience and there's no need to be scared. What is my dream job? The Victoria's Secret show is over, so I don't really know. I'm gonna have to rethink that and I'll get back to you. Do I miss high school? Okay, here's the funny thing about high school is people were kind of mean to me in high school. They always talked about my modeling and how I was never gonna make it and all that bull crap and my modeling was fake. But now they're the ones texting me, asking me, how I became a model, and they're kind of kissing my butt, and it's kind of funny. People who did not hang out with me in high school, every time I come home, are begging me to hang out. So yeah, the only thing I miss about high school is basketball. I miss basketball more than anything. I would give anything to be able to go play one more basketball game. But right now I'm living through my little sister who is a junior in high school, and I go to all of her basketball games, and I miss basketball more than anything. I miss Coach Kemp. I miss my teammates. I miss my little locker in the locker room. So yes, that's the only thing I miss about high school is basketball. How tall are you? 5'8.5-ish. I don't know. I really don't know because every time I get measured, I am a different height, but it really doesn't matter. Are you in college? I am in college. I am going online at a little community college in Oklahoma. I'm majoring in marketing and social media. Doing online college has really worked out for me. So when I have downtime, I'm always able to do my college. I always have something to do. I'm never bored. I either have work or college to do. What is next for you? What is next for me? I am traveling to Asia in February. I'm so excited. I love Asian food and I am so excited to go. So yes, Asia is next for me. Do you miss me? And guess who asked that? Elizabeth Oliver. Of course I miss you. I am coming to Savannah, Georgia right now. I miss you more than anything, Elizabeth. Please come to Oklahoma. I'm still filming on my iPhone. Isn't that so sad? I haven't gotten a camera yet, but it's really working out for me. So really, I don't care. Comment down below if you have any more questions and I will answer them. Also comment what you want to see from me next. Follow me on social media, please. Also, I am making TikToks now and I'm a TikTok god, so follow me on TikTok too, please. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me. I promise you I'm going to be better about posting. And that's it for my video. So thank you for watching and ciao, ciao. That's so embarrassing. Cut that out. But anyways, so